I'm Huw Williams, and I'd like to discuss singing in the French language, one of the most beautiful languages of all in which to sing, but also one of the most difficult. Many French singers, in fact, find it difficult to sing in their own language if they have not considered the principles of the Italian bel canto technique. That is to say, we always need the open throat. In French, as you well know, there are lots of what are called nasal vowels. On, ah, on. And if one pronounces these without the open throat, everything gets stuck. So one must always remember the principles of the open throat and the forward lips. And in German, we had the umlaut, the two dots on the U, Ü, which are made technically by saying I with the throat in the R position, I, and pushing the lips forward. Ü. This sound we can use also in French. Ü. Remember in Italian the E sound, E, the closed E, that is a sound that we use in French as well. And the open E. So many sounds from the Italian language are there in the French language along with the nasal sounds. You will notice that there are many sounds in the French language as well. And looking at music in French, you will notice that the very last note often is and you might think, why is this? And the reason is because most Western languages have the emphasis on the last syllable but one. The last syllable but one. But in French, mostly, the emphasis is on the final syllable. But for music, in music very often we need the cadence yadadadampam, barampam, barampam. So French composers set what's called the mute E when they set French words. And so we must sing the at the end, the unaccented syllable. When considering the French language as a singer, it's a very good idea to use phonetics, to use phonetic symbols. Many of you will not have come across phonetic symbols, but it's very easy to learn. If you have a large dictionary, for example, in the beginning of the dictionary there will be a phonetic table, and it's really quite simple. Otherwise, look on the internet. And then, when you have your French music, when you have the score in front of you, mark the vowels in question, because many of them will be closed vowels and many of them will be nasal vowels, and you need to know which is which. In French, the consonants are very, very soft. Try and make them as soft as possible. French is a very secretive language. Think that it's going to be a secretive rendition. So not very emphasized as in English or as in German, but very, very soft. Everything very soft. The letter R. When one speaks French, one pronounces R. I'm sure you've heard that R sound when French is spoken. But when French is sung, the R is rolled. I'm sure many of you have heard the R when spoken in French. It is pronounced R, but not when it's sung. It is rolled slightly. Not too much, just a little. I would like to sing a French song for you to demonstrate some of these principles in which I shall attempt to soften consonants and to pronounce some very forward and nasal vowels whilst maintaining a balance of open throat. This is a beautiful song by an American composer called Morton Lauridsen. The text was originally written in French and the composer set it in French, but the German poet Rilke, even though he wrote so many German poems, of course, did actually write more than 400 French poems. And this is the most beautiful song about a rose flowering. It's called Dirait-on. Dirait-on. It will be known to many of you in its first choral version, but this is the solo version. And I'd like to invite Paula Fan to join me for this rendition of Dirait-on.